Well, hello, all my YouTube friends. As you can see, I got my chore crew gathered together, and my littlest helper here, she had to come out. She's got to start being a part of it. It's a warm day. It's 70 degrees, so she wanted to come out. So we're all going to work together. We'll show you kind of our chores, kind of explain to you what we're doing, where we're going, what we're going to do with some of these animals. Maybe educational, and I like to say something about breeding your hogs. So I'll talk a little bit about that more later. So come along with us and we'll get them done. Folks, that's Mr. JT. That's the one that had the bad eye. We filmed when he was real little. He's all worked up because we took all the mama goats away from him. So he's kind of lonely now. So he just has to spend his time with the cows. So we're going to go out here and Ella's going to feed these calves. Thank you. Let Sissy have. Here, you go with Poopa. Come on. You go with Poopa. Watch the gate, Mom. She won't do nothing. Walk straight towards the trough. Let's don't go around the farm. Just kind of scatter from one end to the other. Then go back and forth. There you go. Beautiful. Beautiful. We only had one steer, so we thought we'd go ahead and sell him, and he brought a good price. So we let him go. And these three heifers won't keep the breed. All right, let's go get some food for the piggies. Come on. Folks, I got a swill barrel here. I put corn and oats. And this corn's already 12% protein, which is just right for grown animals. And I got 2 pigs. We'll show them to you. They get 1 can of this morning and night. I'll get a little bit of protein to put on top. Hi, Babu. Hi, Babu. I give these a little more protein because they're coonies, or they're half coonies. So you want to keep their protein high, but you want to give them very, very little carbohydrates. Otherwise, they get too fat. So we'll go out and we'll show them to you. What's your little gilt's name going to be? Jackie? All right, well, here, you go feed Jackie over the fence. Folks, now, Ella called us gilt Jackie. We were supposed to eat her, but Ella fell in love with her. So we decided to keep her. She's half cooney, part Hereford and Duroc. And we want to breed her to our Duroc boar, which we'll show you in a minute. Big Pig, he knows his name. Folks, I like to say something about these coonies. They're not like regular pigs. First place, you can keep them just on hay. So I give them hay too. I like giving corn, little oats. But you could park a trailer out here anywhere you want to park it. Let him out of the pen, get a little corn in a bucket, and call him. And he'll follow you and go right in the trailer. If you turn a regular hog loose, you might run him for 3 counties. They just go nuts when they get out. But these coonies are not that way at all. They're just gentle. Anything will hold them. They're very tame. They don't get as big as regular hogs. But the bad thing about them is you can't give them a lot of corn because they get too fat. So a lot of people don't give them any grain. They just give them hay. And they're a grazing pig. They don't root. The way their nose is made, they can't root. You can just let them run loose in your pastures with your cows, but they still have to have a mud hole when it gets hot. But you almost have to dig the mud hole because they can't They can't dig a mud hole very good. A friend of mine bought one of these pigs from us, and he wants to bring her over here to the boar. But I told him, you don't want to do it right now. Years ago, my brother Tom and I had sows, and the boar we got wasn't no good, so we ended up getting another one. Well, it took longer to get one. When they finally got bred, they come in July. At that time, it was a 90-degree weather. We had like 25 sows. None of them had milk. We was trying to buy milk replacer, getting pigs that drink it 1 day old. It was a nightmare. We, out of about 160 pigs, I think we saved like 25. And it cost us a fortune to keep them alive. So I was telling this guy, you don't want to breed them now. You want to breed them at least till they come in maybe the last week of August. 1st of September would be better. But you ain't got that 90-some degrees every day. Because if it is, they will not milk. We had a big mud hole. We made an exceptionally big one. Figured keep them cool, they'd milk. They never give any milk. It was just too hot for them. So you homesteaders, if you're going to breed hogs, for gestation, it takes 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. So you want to time that out so they do not come in the heat of the summer. Because hogs will not give milk. They will dry up on you and all your pigs will die. So make sure it's late summer, early fall, or spring. You can do the left one, I'll do the right one. Go quick, one into the other. Come on, goaties. There you go. Folks, these are all of our female goats getting ready to come in. Well, we want to get them in here, make sure they get really good feed. So the goats that are born are really, really healthy and strong. That's another thing, if you're going to have goats or sheep, wouldn't even hurt for calves, young calves, put a board down the middle. Then they don't stand up here and mess in their corn. And another thing I did, I changed this one. I make them protrude out farther, so you actually got a handle to pick up, and then you can walk with it. Otherwise, you're standing here trying to hold it, and your knees are hitting the legs. Leave you 1.5 feet out each side, or a foot out each side, whatever you're comfortable with. And then you got nice rails to carry it by. You got a man on each end, no problem. Do they need water, Owie? Can you climb over the fence and water them? Tell Owen, turn it on.
Can you drink this water?
Oh, yeah.
On that pipe?
Yeah.
Could you right now?
I can't reach it.
Can I?
Yeah, if you want to. Just get some water in your hand. And down your boot. It's always good. You know what I would do? Put your boot in there, fill it up, then you can drink out of your boot.
Actually.
Yeah. Good Owen, trying to get his lips through there. There you go. Shut that off, will you? Oh boy, Owen's already, he's ready for anything. Come on, we gotta go get eggs. Come on, Babu, let's go get the chickies. Then we can go and feed the sow and show them little pigs how they're big they're getting. Ella, here's you some hay. Here. Give it to the moo-moo cow. Is that a nice old moo-moo cow? I think I'll just leave the door open tonight. It ain't supposed to get that cold tonight. You give it to the moo-moo? Yep. Good girl.
Yeah, Poopa, here's your 5 legs.
That's a big dandy. You carry that big thing, just put it right there. I'll get it in the truck after a while. Set her down. Don't drop that on my old toe. That's a log, man. You carry that thing over here.
Heavy.
Look, you got dents in your arm. Look at him. Boy, here's something else. Ella, you ready to go get eggs?
Mm-hmm. Poopa, can you even lift that?
I ain't wanting to, but if I have to, I will. Well, let's go feed the sow and look at our pigs and get chicken eggs. Then it'll be time to milk. Folks, as you can see in that hen house, it's dark. I keep a real dim light in there. If you keep a bright light on all the time, chickens will lay day and night and it burns them out. But I found if I just keep a real low light bulb in there, I can leave it on and I don't have any problems. So that's why it's so dark in there. I do that on purpose. Here, chick, chick, chick. Here, chick, chick, chick. There you go, ladies. She's calmed way down, folks. She don't worry about her pigs so much no more. You eat that. No, you know what she's want? Yeah, but I'll show you. Get back. Over here, come on. See, I will. Ellie Mae, she waits for me to feed these little pigs. And she begs for their pig starter, so I have to give her a little bit to get her off me. As you can see, she's too big for me to wrestle with her. But I gotta tell you a good story. There's Mr. Morris, there's Mr. Rooster. Folks, I gotta tell you a story, a real story. Now sometimes, I like to pull your leg a little bit, just a little bit. But Ella wanted to be in this picture when I tell this story because she got kind of upset about it. I had a hen, that was in with some little chickens, fanny chickens. And they were babies, so she was fine with them. But I thought, I like to get her out of there. So I thought I'd bring her out, just let her run with the cow, and then she could go out, come in. The first thing she did was attack the duck, got a duck down, tearing the duck up, tearing all of its feathers out. So I had to throw her back in with the banny chickens. So the other day she beat me out. She always tries to beat me out when I want to feed them. I thought, you know what? I'm just going to throw you out in the lean-to with the other chickens. As you've seen, we got a rooster and a couple of hens in here. Well, what happened was she seen them baby pigs, went in there, jumped on a baby pig, and Ellie Mae had her for supper. One bite, it was over. And when I went in there, because I didn't want her to finish eating all of it, she had one leg sticking out of her mouth, but about a third of it was left, the head and part of the breast was left. She bit it plumb in two, so I threw that out in a manure pile. And Ella got all excited over that. And I said, well, that chicken started it. Ellie Mae finished it. So that was the end of that. She had her chicken. And evidently, it don't have to be fried because she was fine with it. All right, I got to get the sow water now. There you go, Mama. These little pigs are really, really growing. Look, they're overeating their mama's feed. They got their own feed in that farrowing crate. There's a lot of chores. So we thought we'd bring you along and show you. A lot of people think, you get a few animals, it's nice, you go out and feed them, but when you get several bunches of animals, it leads to a lot of work. Then when it's cold, you gotta make sure you get them bedded down. You got to keep an eye on them, make sure they're healthy. Do they need worming? Do they need antibiotics? Do they need to be brought in from the cold? It's a full-time job. We do chores here about 3 hours a day. So we do like an hour and a half in the morning, hour and a half at night. But I used to do chores like 8 hours a day, but I don't do that no more. I'm past that stage. So I'm gonna go clean out this barn. Is that a pretty egg? Like a chocolate color egg? We got one hen that lays them. Folks, when you put eggs in a carton, you always want to put the pointed side down. And the reason for that is your air sac is up on the big rounded end. And you don't want that trying to fight to get out all the time. Turn it down, point down, and your eggs will last longer. Yeah. Yeah, the old geese, they like to slip and eat little cat food when nobody's looking. Usually I give her a handful of sweet feed, but I'm out. I got to go to town and get some for her because she misses it when she don't get it. Folks, we're getting ready to milk the cow. We got to get our buckets washed, our milkers washed. When we get ready to milk, we'll come back to you. Excuse me, chicken. There you go. Well, folks, she ain't gonna give quite as much milk tonight because we switched her over to fast time. So actually I'm milking an hour early, but they get used to it. A couple of days, they're used to it again. We always pour this in glass jugs when it's warm so it'll cool off. If you put it in plastic jugs, it might not cool off fast enough, it might sour. We pour it in plastic jugs to take into the house after it gets cold. So tomorrow morning I'll empty these in plastic jugs, put my warm milk back in these jugs again. Then we'll put them in the old ice box and let them get cold tonight. Well, we give it a good washing. Now we're giving it a good rinsing, and we're done for the day. Well, folks, we're at the end of the day. The kids all wanted to do a video on chores. They're pretty proud of doing all their chores. And I said, okay, we'll show them. So other than maybe learning about the goats, you want to feed them, or sheep, feed them like 30 days ahead of time. Raise their nutrition so you'll have better healthy lambs or better healthy baby goats. And remember, your hogs, you don't want to ever breed them when it comes in really, really hot temperatures unless you got an air-conditioned barn, because they just don't produce milk. So maybe them two things you learned, maybe you already knew them, but we want to thank each and every one of you. We care about all of you. We pray for all of you, and may God bless each and every one of you.